Oh, sorry, that's for a Democrat show.
Let me know when you're ready.
No matter what the technical difficulty is, this man is a professional. He goes all the way.
What you represent to them is freedom.
Was an extremely great conservative commentator. We're tearing it up on Wednesday night. This is awesome. This
will allow me to retort. Well, this is Jersey Joe for the Reaver of Common Sense show. 8 p.m. on shrmedia.com.
Actually, I just totally screwed up. This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeovers here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. till 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you want to watch a broadcast, go to Reaver.one and click on live stream. But if you want to support the show and support SHR Media, go to Reaver.one and click on the shop button. What is that? That's driving me nuts. Damn camera. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully good. So President-elect Donald Trump picks Obamacare critic Congressman Tom Price for HHS Secretary. Man, my beard's a little nutty this morning. Oh, it's going to be weird. So, thank God Tim Kaine is not our vice president-elect. For those that don't follow or those that are not on Twitter, yeah, Tim Kaine really stuck his foot in his mouth. And we're going to talk more about some of this stuff later. He immediately jumped on the Ohio State University incident. Immediately. And he jumped on it about guns. Mom's the man jumped on about guns. Most all your anti-gun fucking lunatics jumped on it, started tweeting about guns. Well, for those that don't know, the only gun that was used was the gun used to stop the bad guy. So they're complaining about guns, so they're complaining about stopping a bad guy. Does that make sense to you? Because it doesn't make sense to me. These idiots get all joyful in their pants when they hear of an incident because they get to tweet about and then go after guns. They get to tell you how bad they are. They don't wait for facts. God forbid if you point out the guy was Somalian and a Muslim. And he tweeted about lone wolf attacks and that he was sick of America interfering in Muslim countries and that they weren't weak. Now, we won't jump on the terrorism too quick. Nope. No, we can't do that. But we can jump on the gun issue and land-based the gun. And I'll give Tim Kaine a little credit. Well, he kind of got land-basted on Twitter about it. Because for those that don't know, this terrorist used the car. He then got out and started stabbing people. No gun used by him. No, it wasn't one or two. There's at least 10 people injured. And when he used the car as a weapon, which liberals say can't be done, it's not a weapon. He used it as a weapon. Thousands upon thousands of people use a car as a weapon. More people are killed by cars than by guns. And everybody thought in the vicinity thought it was a car accident, so they ran to help, which gave him more targets. He got out and started slashing away. What is it? 11 injured. And as we know, of course, it's Islam, the religion of peace and tolerance. We all knew these types of attacks are coming. They're going to try to do as much as they can prior to Trump getting in office and ending this, or attempting to end this war. It's going to be hard. And they already got the attacker's name. That was easy. Let me see. So I want to make sure. Yep, I got sound today on the video. I'm going to go to my second wife because I'm not going to. It's Abdul Razak Ali Artan. But I'm going to let the second wife text to speech tell you this scumbag's name. Hey, there's my wife. And yes, I call the text to speech my wife. ADBULRAZAK.
Abdul Razak Ali Artan.
Let's do that again.
Abdul Razak Ali Artan.
Abdul Razak Ali Arkan. No, he's dead. I get so sick of this. Islam is the religion of peace. Then explain to me why the Middle East has been at war for, 2,000 years? Can someone explain that one to me? And I know Christians aren't innocent and all that. I know that, so don't even go there. But all the wars that surround the Middle East revolve around Muslims. Muslims versus Jews, Jews versus Muslims, Muslims versus Christianity, Christianity versus Muslims, Muslims versus Muslims. Anybody notice a pattern? This does not, I'm not saying all Muslims are bad. Don't give me that shit just because I'm pointing out some facts. But what it says is we got to figure this all out before we start letting in more. I'm not talking about concentration camps and Nazis. Oh, God. That was the Democrat Party that did the little internment camps in the United States. Funny, all the bad things that's happened during our history have been Democrat ideas, but they blame the Republicans for everything. What the fuck is that shit? It's... And I started this because Tim Kaine and Mom's Demand and all these other fucking idiots jumped all over the gun situation. Oh, it's the gun, it's the gun, it's the gun. It's the gun. Oh, my fucking headset's acting up again. There we go. I know, I gotta replace parts. Right now, I just don't have the money to replace parts. I'll tell you, I'm looking for sponsors right now. Yes, I am. I'm just trying to get enough to put back into the show, get a better board, get some better monitors, just get some equipment. And then also so I can get to Freedom Fest this year. I want to go to Freedom Fest with everybody. But it's fucking expensive for me. I couldn't believe how much it was to fly from Florida to Las Vegas. Holy shit. The two of the main vacation spots in the United States. And it's like two of the most expensive to fly to and from. You would think they'd be like, all right, listen, we want to try to get your people to come to us and vice versa. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to make you an offer that nobody can refuse. We're going to make sure that the flights are cheap between our two cities. We're going to make sure the prices are low so you can fly back and forth. So you can get people who are in a state of vacation can go to another state of vacation without breaking the bank. You know what I mean? Don't ask me why I did it like a mobster. Don't ask me. That I need new. I need better cords. I know that. I need more shielded. I need shield. Come save me. But Abdul Razak Ali Atan was 18 years old. Because a police officer, a university police officer, shot him dead. But he went and wrote on his Facebook, he reached its boiling point, lone wolf attack. And it was kind of funny because he was interviewed by a paper a couple years ago. And he says that he doesn't blame the American people. The media is pushing a lot of stuff. But here's the other thing now I'm going to say. Everybody ran to the car because they didn't think of, and they're not told about these lone wolf attacks. I hate to say it, but it's a day and age where you got to watch what you do. You really have to pay attention to what you do. You can't be running to car accidents. You got to watch your surroundings. This doesn't mean live in fear, but watch your surroundings. And the ones that make the most is actually, it's kind of funny. All right, Fox News, yes, they put out, this is what's going on. We're being attacked by extreme Muslims. Watch your back. It gets aspirated and made worse by CNN and MSNBC with all the rhetoric they then push. They put it into the media a lot more than Fox does. It's weird. And this article, I had a laugh, says, the callers moments later told the dispatcher that the crisis was over. I think he is dead. I'm looking at him now. Never mind. That is because literally a Muslim took a knife to a gunfight. And the only person who can stop a person with a knife or a gun is another person with a gun. And yes, a knife is just as deadly, if not even more deadly, than a gun. Especially if you're within a 21 feet radius of a person. You're going to get hurt worse if you have a knife. Because you can act quicker with the knife than you can a gun in close quarters. And I'm talking everyday citizens. We're not talking about people that are trained in close quarter combat. Because we always hear, well, knives aren't that deadly. Yeah, they are. When you tell me that, I know you don't know what the hell you're talking about. All I can say is, thank God Trump got in. And why I say that is because we would be losing our right to carry if Hillary got in. She tried backtracking on her statements, but she was going to do terrible, terrible, terrible things to the Second Amendment. And what's funny, this comes on the heels of ISIS calling for random knife attacks in quiet neighborhoods. But we didn't know about that because the media doesn't want to talk about that. We didn't know that ISIS was calling for random knife attacks. Because we got a commander-in-chief that doesn't want people to know that these Muslims have declared war on us. We didn't declare war on them. They declared war on us. And yet, how many people ignore the fact? Yes, I know, because I already get it. Well, here's an American. This is American attack. No, it isn't. Yes, it is. He was American citizen. Oh, yeah. He was given American citizenship. He was Somalian born, lived in Pakistan. In fact, he just came over not too many years ago. It's... That's still... It really bothers me. Former candidate, vice president candidate, Senator Tim Kaine. A senseless act of gun violence. My God. It's the idiocy. And they jumped all over Trump. And this is funny. This is really what makes me laugh. Because Hillary and Kaine jumped all over Trump when he called a bombing in New York a bombing. That he jumped to conclusion, jumped to the facts too soon. He needs to sit back and wait. But then Hillary jumped all over a police shooting as murdering blacks when, come to find out, the black was the one that instigated and the cop was innocent. The cop was black also. Now, Tim Kaine jumps out and jumps all over the gun violence, and it's a fucking knife used. But yeah, I can see where jumping all over Trump was the right thing to do. It's the hypocrisy of the left, and there's a lot of it. A lot of it. And the more we ignore what's going on, the more we'll see of these incidents. It's... Well, it is what it is. Hopefully, we don't have it much longer. I know we're going to have an attack shortly after Trump gets in. We're going to have an attack. At least I'm not calling for attacks like, who is it? Patton Oswalt, the actor. The left has just lost their fucking mind, and it's absolutely mind-boggling how bad they lost their minds. It's I don't know. We're going to go to break. when we get back, we're going to start talking about some of this recount bullshit. But, hang on. What the heck? You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, High Plains Pundit Radio, and YouTube speaker and iTunes. We will be right back.
Discipline remains mercifully.
Yes, and neither would you, Derek, this star nonsense.
Yes.
No, it isn't.
I'm sure of it.
So you think you could tell heaven from hell, blue skies from pain? Can you tell a green field from a cold steel rail, a smile from a veil? Do you think you can tell? Did they get you to trade your heroes for ghosts, hot ashes for trees, hot air for a cool breeze, cold comfort for change? Did you exchange a walk-on part in the war for a lead
listening to the SHR Media Network.
Now, at Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our Gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. We also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. You didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover's here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. till 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you want to watch a broadcast, go to Reaver.one and click on the live stream. And if you want to support the show and support SHR Media, go to Reaver.one and click on the shop button. So we all know we have the friggin' recount going on. It's a friggin' joke. But also, Trump put out, in addition to winning the Electoral College in a landslide, I won the popular vote if you deduct the millions of people who voted illegally. Now, of course, they're jumping all over Trump for making that statement. It's okay that they say that there is hacking in the machines going on, even though there's zero evidence of hacking going on. There's evidence every year of illegal voting going on. But it's not okay for him to suggest or point out that there was illegal voting. But there's True the Vote has come out and said that they have proven, can prove, and they will prove, that up to 3 million of Hillary's votes were illegal aliens. And it doesn't come as a surprise to me. Trump made this statement, and the claim was partially a response to the Democrat effort to recount votes. I mean, seriously, people, it is what it is. They're doing this idiotic recount. But we want to make sure that the vote is, it's true and all that. But you're kind of missing the point. By claiming a revote, you're claiming the integrity is not there. Michigan just got done certifying its vote. It's already certified its vote. You're talking it took 2 weeks of them going over everything. They went over it multiple times and just certified it because it was close. Listen. Trump won. This is just another way to try to fuck with his presidency, to delegitimize his presidency. Now, if we had done this to Obama, holy shit, racist! You people are racist. You hate it. You're doing this because he's black. You know, I'm getting tired of this double standard bullshit, and a lot of people are getting tired. Why do you think Trump won? Because people throughout America are getting tired of the bullshit double standard and the hypocrisy of the Democrats. I am sick of it. I am tired of it. And I will keep pointing it out. True the Vote released a press statement this past Sunday. And it goes, statement regarding Trump's claim of illegal voting. November 27, 2016, True the Vote, the nation's leading voter rights and election integrity organization, today released a statement with respect to President-elect Donald Trump's claim that millions of individuals illegally voted in the 2016 election. True the Vote absolutely supports President-elect Trump's recent comment about the impact of illegal voting as reflected in the national popular vote. We are still collecting data and will be for several months, but our intent is to publish a comprehensive study on the significant impact of illegal voting in all of its many forms and begin a national discussion on how voters, states, and the Trump administration can best address this growing problem. True the Vote is a IRS-designated 501c3 voters' right organization founded to inspire and equip voters for involvement at every stage of our electoral process. True the Vote empowers organizations and individuals across the nation to actively protect the rights of legitimate voters, regardless of their political party affiliation. And for more information, please visit www.truethevote.org. It's simple. It's easy. The only ones that don't want to point out that there's illegal voting going on is the Democrats, because they're the ones that are receiving those illegal votes. They push for the illegal voting. So, of course, I feel like being choked today. Of course, they're going to stand up and deny that there's any illegal voting going on. We all know it, and these simple-minded liberals know it, but they just don't want to admit it because it goes in their favor. You had President Obama going out there and trying to say, well, you can go out and vote. Nobody checks the record. Go out and vote. So basically what he was saying is, as long as you can pass the initial issues of trying to vote, go right ahead. Hell, you got states that it's so easy to do illegal. Well, it's not even illegal voting. If you go and stay overnight at a hotel, overnight, you are technically a resident of that state and you could vote. I couldn't believe that when I read it. I want to say it's like New Hampshire or Vermont or something. And that's what Democrats do. They bus in these college kids from the next town over, hold a big party, take them in to vote, and get them the hell out of there before anybody can ask any questions. Oh, man. It's all jacked up. And that is why they don't want something simple as a voter ID card. Something that proves you are a U.S. citizen and have the right to vote. It's not that hard. There's nothing that doesn't stop people from voting. And actually, I think their comments about it are racist. Oh, it stops minorities from voting. What? They're not smart enough to go get a voter ID card? They're not smart enough to get a birth certificate? And it's, oh, they can't do it. They can't do it. I think they're very capable of doing it. And I get tired of that as an excuse. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, High Plains Pundit Radio, ICR. Did it again. YouTube, Speaker, and iTunes. We will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Hey, it's Sean from the Sackheads Radio Show. Also one of the owners here at the SHR Media Network. Are you opinionated? Have you ever wanted to do your own show? Have you ever heard somebody like the Sackheads and go, yeah, I could probably do that better? Well, now's your chance. Send me a 5-minute clip at sackheadsradio@gmail.com, and maybe you can be part of the SHR broadcasting team. sackheadsradio@gmail.com.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. And we also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
The bloviating Zeppelin. He's Bigfooted enough radio shows to last a lifetime, courtesy of Sean, Clint, Ken, and Jersey Joe. Now it's time for him to waddle on his own 2 feet via the glorious SHR Media. Gird thy loins for the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon. Coming soon to Ossicles near you. Excelsior.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. You didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying coffee is stupid, bro.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense show. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless. So right now the discussion on the news is Trump has come out and said that burning the flag, you should lose your citizenship or, jail time. As I said, I don't agree with everything Trump does or say, as in that one. Now, let me explain before everybody gets all upset. Listen, I had to explain to my dad because when he talked about it should be illegal, and I said no, I got to look for my father, like, shut your mouth. I taught you better. But as much as I hate people desecrating the flag, they shouldn't do it. It is a form of free speech. Their dissatisfaction with our country. I don't like it. I don't think it's morally right. I don't think it's ethically right. That still doesn't make it illegal. And one of the things that I was taught at a young age was that before we were a country, that's one of the things the colonists did, is they had destroyed the British flag and a lot of the British emblems, and they were jailed for that. And that was one of the reasons why they never put a law like that on the books, because you should have the right to destroy that type of items in a time of need. Now, does that make it, like I said, morally right, ethically right for what's going on? There is no justifiable reasons right now to be doing it because you're not happy about the election. The left is a communist party anymore. They're going straight from the socialism. They're fast-tracking straight to communism. They're using friggin' anarchy to their best advantage. As I said, I don't think it's ethically or morally right to destroy that flag. But doesn't mean it should be made illegal. At the same time. And I know I'm going to have people that are going to be upset with me for what I just said. But I always speak my mind and speak what I think. I hate flag burning too. I had a talk with my daughter. We were watching the news and she saw this going on. And my daughter is happy-go-lucky. She's always happy. Happy. Kids make fun of her. She ignores it and just keeps going. She saw... Well, two things I've seen. She came out when I had the video of the mother that threw the kid out for voting Trump. My daughter lost it, and I've never seen her get pissed like she did. I was like, damn. And she looks at me, she goes, I don't like child abuse. It makes me angry, Dad. That mother should go to jail for that. I was like, hey, all right, you got your opinion. You have a right to it. I agree with her, and she has a right. But then she saw these people that were desecrating the flag. And she went on a tirade about it. And at 13 years old, she understands the sacrifices that were made for the flag. She understands how it's a symbol of this country, everything good about it. And it makes you sit back as a father going, I did something right. What the heck going on already? It's... Right. It's like it makes you happy as a father to know that your daughter understands everything what's good about this country and that the sacrifices these men and women make. Go, my daughter. It's surprising. But I don't agree with Trump on his stance on that. I really don't. Everybody has an opinion. He has a right to his opinion. I'm not going to knock him for his opinion. I don't agree with it. I think he's wrong. I need a... What the heck? Nope. I get so many bullshit calls anymore. It's really getting tiresome. It really is. Do you want to lower your rate? I get calls for international pharmacies all the time. And keep telling them, take me off your friggin' list. I don't want to have you call. But. Let's see something. It was $11 for shipping. My tablet has no storage space on it, so I got to get a micro SD card. I thought I had a couple laying around. That pissed me off because I usually have that stuff laying around my house. And, wow. Come on. It's really, it's disheartening what's going on, and these people that are just... They don't care what harm they're doing. These kids don't see, and they don't care because some of them are getting paid. It's there's no good reason for what they're doing, period. No good reason. There's not much I can say anymore on it. It's mind-boggling how these guys can actually think this is a good thing. It's weird. looking up micro SD cards. And this one site's got it for $1. It's really weird. That's coming internationally. You can see what kind of markup those things get. If I can get it from overseas for $1, that tells you exactly how much markup they're putting on it. Oh, it's going to be a long day. Yes, it is. We're going to talk about it after the break. We're going to talk about the Wisconsin. They gave Jill Stein a little bit of bad news, and now she's threatening to sue him. We're going to talk about Pennsylvania because all the answers to Pennsylvania are not in, and we know by tomorrow. And I find it funny how they're waiting to the very last minute, and I mean literally the very last minute, to follow these recounts. They waited till Friday, which was the last day for Wisconsin. They waited till yesterday, which was the very last day for Pennsylvania. And they're not filing till tomorrow, the very last day for Wisconsin. So that tells me Jill Stein is not doing this for voter integrity. They're doing it to try to screw up the voting. Come on. Yes, I'm talking to my phone. But as we were doing the show, the new tablet I got, I was doing the updates on it, and it was kind of funny because it's like full, like fudge. Fudgy the Whale. Problem is, I'm finding these nice, low-priced online. But then I got to wait and pay for shipping, and I think it would be a shame if I went locally and got it. And Walmart has it for $10. 32 gigabytes for $10. Jiminy Crickets. I remember when those were a couple $100. It's amazing how small these little micro cards. I remember when they first came out, my dad got one of those digital cameras, and it had, he was getting like 16 megabytes, you know, and then 56 megabyte. Oh my God, he had a 56 megabyte, Dad. And now you're seeing them over 200-300 gigabytes on these little goddamn cards. It's like, holy Nikes. It's weird. All right, you're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, High Plains Pundit Radio, YouTube speaker, and iTunes, and we will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Hey, it's Sean from the Sackheads Radio Show, also one of the owners here at the SHR Media Network. Are you opinionated? Have you ever wanted to do your own show? Have you ever heard somebody like the Sackheads and go, yeah, I could probably do that better? Well, now's your chance. Send me a 5-minute clip at sackheadsradio@gmail.com, and maybe you can be part of the SHR broadcasting team. sackheadsradio@gmail.com.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. We also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
The bloviating Zeppelin. He's big-footed enough radio shows to last a lifetime, courtesy of Sean, Clint, Ken, and Jersey Joe. Now it's time for him to waddle on his own 2 feet via the glorious SHR Media. Gird thy loins for the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon. Coming soon to Ossicles near you. Excelsior.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cough for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the Unpleasant Blind Guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays 2 ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making sense out of the senseless. I just noticed the light off my head, how it changes the background. I guess that bald spot in the back. So I said we were going to get to it. We are finally going to get to it. The recount. Jill Stein had said that she wanted a hand recount in Wisconsin. And they said no. They told her no, there's no evidence, there's no reason. They have zero proof, zero anything that there was hacking of these machines. It's absolutely, God damn it, did it again. It's absolutely ridiculous. How, I don't even know why we even have these recounts because, come on. I thought you had to have some kind of evidence of hacking going on. Why does that? Nothing's looking right. All right, did that just finally go? It's... come on, there we go, come on. I think my headset or whatever just finally went. I thought you had to have some kind of proof that there was hacking going on for you to ask for a recount. You had to have some kind of evidence saying that that's why it needed to be done. Not just, oh, well, let's do it for the fun of it. Oh, I'm paying for it, who cares? That's not the point. Point being, come on. It came back for a split. There we go. Oh, God, it's like Russian roulette. Come on. It's going to drive me nuts. It always does. It drives me nuts as I do this. And she has no proof. What it is there's a scientist, a computer scientist, that says he's looked at the data. And he says the data says there's some kind of hacking going on because supposedly she only lost in areas that have God damn it, that worked there for a second. She only lost in the computer elections. The actual this is gonna piss me off. I know it is. The paper ballots, she won. It's the areas that had supposedly the computer that she lost. Problem is, if I understand, Michigan is all paper ballots. There's no computers involved. Now in Pennsylvania, there is no paper ballots. It's all computerized. But she put in this request for Wisconsin. And if you haven't noticed, I got the headset fixed, so I got my mind off that. It's more what they're trying to do, it seems like. Someone came up with a theory that they're trying to lock up Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Michigan, lock them up into, doing recounts so they can't vote in the electoral process on December 19th, which would then make Trump fall short of the 270 vote, which then there would have to be a vote in the House for the president. The Senate would then vote for the vice president, which then they can sit there, well, he's not truly he wasn't elected president of the United States. He's not a legitimate president. So if they get, that's the theory. I don't even know if that would actually work. But now Wisconsin's saying, no, there's no evidence. And they're citing the results of a 2011 statewide recount that changed only 300 votes. Election Commissioner Chairman Mark Thompson, a Democrat, has denied the recount and said it's not going to change the election. So, he's not going to go through it. There's no proof. That's the bitch of it. There is zero proof any of this is going on. Jill Stein has zero proof. Just some scientist says he thinks there was some shenanigans. And if they actually went through with this and said, oh, yeah, we found all these mistakes, you don't think the conservatives would be up in arms and freaking out? And they would have a right to at that time. Though some dumb Hispanic reporters trying to compare Castro, Trump being the same as Castro. They are just getting desperate. They're getting lambasted over the Nazi thing. And there's actually Jews coming forward and claiming that they are offended by this. So now they're going to go the route of trying, as the left has been praising Castro, now this idiot wants to compare Trump to Castro. It's ridiculous. But it's the other thing is the costs are way off than what Jill Stein had originally factored in. They had to pay $1 million cost for a recount in Wisconsin alone. And they thought it was going to be like $500,000, right around there. And so it's kind of funny. Hang on. Come on. Damn it. Arguing with things, electronics. Give me a second. Boom. But now because that they're not going the recount, now I apologize. I know I've been a little bit scatterbrained in the last couple of minutes. She's threatening to sue him. Now the problem with suing him, well, the problem with suing them is they have to show proof that there is hacking being done. They have to show that there is a reason, which it can get tossed out real quick. And the other part is she didn't factor in the cost of suing a state, how much that's going to cost. But also, at the same time, her flow of money has slowed down because people have caught on to the fact that what money she doesn't use doesn't get refunded. It goes into her party. The party that most of these people did not back. And there is a lot of questions. There's a lot of questions whether George Soros had a hand in the financial aspect of it. And I'm hoping these groups call the FEC and complain. I don't understand it. But so Monday, so the official timeline is going to be, and it was just updated a few minutes ago. Monday, the cost and vote tabulation method will be provided by a county clerk to the commission by noon. Commission officials will provide estimates statewide costs to the campaign of both Stein and De La Fonte by the end of the day, which was done. Tuesday, the Stein, De La Fonte, or both must pay for the recount. Once full payment is received, the commission will issue a recall order to all presidential candidates. That has been done. Wednesday, commission staff will hold a teleconference in the morning for all county clerks and canvass members to outline the process and rules of an outline. Since a 24-hour public meeting notice is required for the recount, each county must post it notice by Wednesday. And Thursday, recount begins in every Wisconsin county. Now, it's been already said pretty much everything is online, and Thursday the recount will start. December 12th, all county canvass boards must be completed by 8 p.m. December 13th, election commission staff will prepare the official recount canvass certification by 3 p.m. Meanwhile, this may be a best-case scenario for Stein, who gets to pocket the $6.3 million raised so far if recount efforts are denied and she decides to walk away. They can still deny everything. And you still have Pennsylvania. She followed everything, but she had to get 27,000 affidavits filled. And she didn't start that process until yesterday. And people actually had to go down to the county clerk's office of their respective area, swear and do all this other stuff and fill out paperwork and pay fees. 27,000 people had to do it by the end of business day yesterday. I have not heard whether she has gotten that. It's all this is delaying. It's like ripping a Band-Aid off. This election has been the end of it. Slow, painful process. Normally, elections, you just rip the Band-Aid off, it's done. You know, you admit defeat, you're done. You go on. This one has been that slow, small, little pull. Hillary conceded. And now you got, and from what I'm hearing now, Hillary's backing off on backing and participating in the recount because this is going to make her look like an absolute liar. But she already said that she was backing and participating. And also Jill Stein. And it's weird. I swear Jill Stein is bipolar. She's not doing this for voters. And if she's not doing it for Hillary, she's doing it for notoriety to set herself up for 2020 presidency. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, High Plains Pundit Radio, YouTube speaker, and iTunes. We will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Hey, it's Sean from the Sackheads Radio Show, also one of the owners here at the SHR Media Network. Are you opinionated? Have you ever wanted to do your own show? Have you ever heard somebody like the Sackheads and go, yeah, I could probably do that better? Well, now's your chance. Send me a 5-minute clip at sackheadsradio@gmail.com, and maybe you can be part of the SHR broadcasting team. sackheadsradio@gmail.com.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our Gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. And we also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
The bloviating Zeppelin. He's big-footed enough radio shows to last a lifetime, courtesy of Sean, Clint, Ken, and Jersey Joe. Now it's time for him to waddle on his own 2 feet via the glorious SHR media. Gird thy loins for the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon. Coming soon to Ossicles near you. Excelsior.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless. So I'm going over information, and some sites are saying that Jill Stein has missed her the recount deadline in Pennsylvania. She has already filed lawsuit in Pennsylvania for a recount, which, again, Pennsylvania, you had to have proof in a lawsuit to go forth with a recount. She's suing Wisconsin because she wants a hand recount, and they already said no, there's no proof, there's no reason. I'm looking through some information right now. Basically, this is out of Pittsburgh. They're saying getting a recount in Pennsylvania is next to impossible. I mean, you need a lot of people to come forth and do affidavits and all this other stuff. You realize that this has to have 3 other 82. But it's like 27,000 people have to sign these affidavits, and I don't see that. And plus, it would cost the person that each precinct needs 3 people. Each precinct has to pay $150 to file. So the people that are filing these affidavits have to pay the price also, besides what Jill Stein has to pay. So Pennsylvania looks like it's going to be a wash right off the bat. That's, come on. My tablet's a little slow. It's a new tablet, but it's a little... It kind of fits me. All right. Come on. Come on. There we go. So, what do we have? 27. Oop. Where's the clear button? Damn. But that would net Pennsylvania just over $4 million. That would be $4 million. Even if the Stein paid for it, that would take almost all of their money. I think she got to like $6 million. Pennsylvania would take $4 million just in the fees to file the affidavits. And I don't see Jill Stein paying that because it was $1 million to Wisconsin. Plus, she has to pay the fees for Pennsylvania, pay the lawyer's fee. She doesn't have the money to do all this. It's just an empty. I think it's more of her trying to get ready for next year or 2020's presidential election. Let's see where she's at. All right. No. There's also questions of her GoFundMe on the fact that I can't find it. Let's see if it's on her Twitter. All that money that's being donated for this re-election cause has to go through the same election requirements. And if people have maxed out their election donations, they're in violation, or she's in violation of God, she's a medical doctor. I love how she puts out on a tweet that the election was tarnished by unreliable machines and other accusations. But we get told by the Democrats the machines are accurate. And Wisconsin's fee is going to be $3.5 million, up from the 1.1. So she's complaining about that. This is actually getting kind of funny. All it is, it's nothing more than an attempt to try to get her popularity up, or at least get a vacation home. So, I'm trying to find what they're up to. But yeah, you're talking, okay, right there's over $7 million needed for Wisconsin, Pennsylvania. It's not looking too good. Not looking good at all. Oh, don't me. Let's see where it takes me. All right. $6.4 million, and she's been at that point for a couple days now. Seems she's maxed out and not going to be able to pay all these fees. There we go. So I don't see this going too much forward. She's still going to try to keep in the limelight over it. If she's not in bed with the Democrats, then this is nothing more than a publicity stunt to try to get her popularity for her next election. So we'll go from there, and we'll see. This next article I find hysterical, but troubling at the same time. A woman in Chicago filed a complaint with the Salem Police Department and Marion County Sheriff's Department in Oregon after two police officers she had never met allegedly trolled her on Facebook following Donald Trump's election victory on November 8th. Liz MacArthur. Hang on, let me see. I suck at last names. No laughing. Let me get the wife out. Here, wifey. Text to speech. do this just... All right. MacArthur, I say. MacArthur.
MacArthur.
Yep. I want to make this woman famous. Liz MacArthur claimed the trolling started after she shared a Huffington Post article to Facebook entitled, "Women of the World, It's Time to March on Washington." MacArthur posted the article, again, on Facebook about an anti-Trump protest in Washington, along with the comment, "I am going." And several strangers started to post jokes and memes in response. So she went on social media and got comments back to her because she posted in a public forum. How dare somebody respond back to her? One of the individuals was reportedly Deputy James Coleman of the Marion County Sheriff's Department, who posted a frozen meme featuring the character Eliza in the caption, "Election over, let it go, let it go." He also posted a link to an antidepressant drug after MacArthur swore at the men, telling the police officers to get fucked and to eat a bag of shit. So she goes on to this tirade, but they're the ones trolling her. Now, Chad Galusha, an officer at the Salem Police Department who allegedly joined in, posting a meme that joked Hillary Clinton was the first woman in U.S. to lose 2 presidential elections. Not 1, but 2. 2. A picture of Clinton supporters crying, and another that featured a fisherman along with the caption, "Just troll fishing for liberals." And I don't want to spark any sort of debate. I just wanted to feel empowered and that this was happening, said MacArthur about posting the article. It was kind of an out of a body, like a bad dream. It was sort of spinning out of control. I was completely disbelief. I only knew great cops, she continued before filing a complaint. Yes, she filed a complaint because these 2 police officers on their own fucking time made jokes on social media to someone that posted on social media. And she didn't want to spark any sort of debate. I got news for you. You don't want to spark a debate? Don't post on social media. It's that simple. It's that simple. You don't want a debate? Don't post on social media. You're going to get a debate. And I've gotten that. I didn't ask you to come onto my article. Don't post on social media. She went on to say, "It's behavior of a coward, and I know police officers are brave. They're not cowards, and that's what trolling is." No, trolling's not cowardice. It's people. Trolling is a term used for people, and it's used too often. Anytime someone doesn't like what somebody says, "You're trolling me." They were like a faceless mob to me. In her complaint, MacArthur says, "I don't need to explain what he was doing. He was trolling me. I know that. Each time he tried to engage me, I responded exclusively with 'get fucked.' She continued, 'I don't know this man. Did I mention that? He came at me on social media. How dare he? As I said, we're not friends on Facebook, but you posted into a public forum. He went way out of his way to come after me, and at one point he even started tagging his friends in empty comments for backup. No idea, but then I had his Facebook mob after me, which I understand isn't a real mob, but it was unwanted, unprovoked, and disturbing. The snowflake got her feelings hurt." So, a Lieutenant Steve Burr from the Salem Police Department concluded that Officer Galosh was exercising his First Amendment's right, stating when he took the oath to protect the Constitution, it didn't mean he gave up his constitutional First Amendment right. It's unfortunate the woman in Chicago got her feelings hurt. Whether it's a Thanksgiving dinner table, a bar, or internet, for a lot of people, discussing politics is not a good idea. The Marion County Sheriff's Department has not yet commented on MacArthur's complaint against Deputy James Coleman. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, High Plains Pundit Radio, YouTube, Speaker, and iTunes. Don't you dare make any comments about my show or I'm going to file complaints. God. Snowflakes, aren't they special? We will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Hey, it's Sean from the Sackheads Radio Show, also one of the owners here at the SHR Media Network. Are you opinionated? Have you ever wanted to do your own show? Have you ever heard somebody like the Sackheads and go, yeah, I could probably do that better? Well, now's your chance. Send me a 5-minute clip at sackheadsradio@gmail.com, and maybe you can be part of the SHR broadcasting team. sackheadsradio@gmail.com.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our Gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. And we also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
The bloviating Zeppelin. He's big-footed enough radio shows to last a lifetime, courtesy of Sean, Clint, Ken, and Jersey Joe. Now it's time for him to waddle on his own 2 feet. Via the glorious SHR Media. Gird thy loins for the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon. Coming soon to Ossicles near you. Excelsior.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. Why do I have no volume over there? Oh, here we go. Here we go. The volume game. No, I want the camera on. No, I want that on. Oh. Fun. Let's check one. All right, I'm going to have to go. I can't believe I'm not getting any sound off that. What the heck is going on here? This just does not make sense. My board's not making sense lately. Oh, all right. I got it back temporarily. So. And recently, a mosque in California, Southern California, said it got a letter, this hate mail letter, and they're trying to tarnish it as a Trump anti-Muslim hate mail letter. I was going to talk about it the other day, and pretty much I just kind of dismissed it. These mosques lately have been creating these false accusations. They've burned down their own mosque and trying to pin it on anti-Muslim rhetoric. But it ends up being their own mosque members are doing it. And they were getting caught constantly for it. So now they tried this, what we got in the mail, this hate letter. Well, the FBI and LAPD are now involved in it, and they cannot confirm that the letter actually came from outside the community or that they were not a prank letter. And the LAPD said that the letters were being investigated as a hate incident, not a hate crime, because there was no specific immediate threat. The FBI in charge of the Counterterrorism Division in Los Angeles said that there are 5 letters, at least 5 letters, were received by the Islamic institution in California. Letters were received in San Jose, Northridge, Claremont, Signal Hill, and Los Angeles. And they may, 1 or 2 of the letters may have possibly originated from Georgia. One of the letters widely circulated by the media read in part, "You Muslims are vile and filthy people. There's a new sheriff in town, President Donald Trump. He's going to cleanse America. He's going to do to you Muslims what Hitler did to the Jews." Now, even if this is a guy that is a pro-Trump supporter, how come all Trump supporters will be labeled like that? But when a Muslim goes on a killing spree like yesterday, well, attempt a killing spree, we can't label all Muslims that way, and I don't label all Muslims. Is there some sick idiots that back Trump? Yes, that doesn't mean Trump is a racist. The left loves to group everybody together, but then condemns anybody that does the same thing that they do. I am not throwing out the possibility that these letters, because they have said the language of each letter was similar. I would not doubt that this came from the Muslim mosque itself. One person described the letters as childlike. Like they didn't know the English language and how to properly write a letter. I hate shirts that are tight around my throat. And today, for some reason, that shirt's like choking me. The officials are confident that they will be able to trace the source of the letters. If it is someone that honestly is anti-Muslim, they should be dealt with properly. This is not the sentiment of all Trump supporters. We're not all anti-Muslim. I don't care what goddamn God you pray. I don't care if you pray to a God or you don't pray. I don't give a shit. But when you have certain sections of your religious group, and Christianity had them at one time. We've all had them at one time. But Muslims keep having this sect time and time and time again. But that does not mean that all are bad. But don't lump all Trump supporters together with a few bad idiots. I don't even how far to talk about this because it's just... It's very easy, can be, just Muslims trying to create hate crimes against them to give pity upon them. They've done it in other countries. They've done it already here in the United States. Enough. That tells me that you are guilty of a lot of crimes and you're trying to cover it up with this pity party. Because there's no need to create that if there's nothing going on. So now it's also coming out about election night. President Barack Obama called Hillary Clinton on election night and urged her to concede the election to Donald Trump. According to an upcoming book on the Clintons' defeat, Obama made the call as Clinton and her campaign watched election results trickle in from the Rust Belt state of Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and Michigan, according to The Hill, citing the forthcoming book from Amy Parnese and Jonathan Allen. Again, sorry when I screw up your last names. Obama reportedly told her, "You need to concede." Clinton allies were hoping for a turnaround in Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and Michigan. There was a lot of discussion about Michigan and Wisconsin and whether the numbers could flip it, said one source to the author. Because the election was so close in those Rust Belt states, some within Clinton's campaign wanted to hold off on conceding the election. If anybody knew what actually happened that night, no one would have conceded. Clinton eventually took Obama's advice and called Trump, but not before Clinton's campaign chair, John Podesta, told supporters waiting on the Jacob Javits Center in New York to go home, when many thought Clinton would be giving a victory speech that night. "Just give me the phone," Hillary said in a frustration to campaign staffers. "I'm calling him." But despite the efforts of Clinton's that she conceded to the election, Green Party candidate Jill Stein is pushing for a recount in Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and Michigan. All over computer scientists and election lawyers that were pushing Clinton to challenge the election results in the same 3 states, claiming that the results were either manipulated or hacked, even though they had no proof. What's messed up is they're spending all this time and effort, and this Dan Pfeiffer, former White House communication director, called the efforts to challenge the result a waste. The amount of Democrat energy, he tweeted, and money being wasted on recounts instead of trying to win the Louisiana State Senate race is mind-boggling. That is one election that's going to go to a second election. No one reached 50%. So they have to do it over again. And instead of trying to put all their money and time and effort into that, they're wasting it on re-election or recounts. Real quick, I want to get to this because I only got like a minute. Nick Cannon has been publicly coming out and talking out about Planned Parenthood and calling it a modern-day eugenics. He says Planned Parenthood is committing genocide against the black people, insisting further that the abortion provider promotes population control, exactly what the founder, Margaret Sanger, said about and created Planned Parenthood for. And finally, there's a spokesman coming out against Planned Parenthood. Of course, the media is going to try to make him come out to look nuts or off his rocker when he's speaking the truth. And he said all these Planned Parenthoods are within a walking distance of... Where is it? Walking distance of any black or Latino neighborhoods. And you'll find that's where the Planned Parenthoods are. And that's what they're trying to do. With that, I got to get going. I want to say have a great day. I will see you tomorrow for the Reaver of Common Sense show right here on SHR Media, High Plains Pundit Radio. We will be back tomorrow. Have a great day. You've been listening to the Reaver of Common Sense with its host, Jersey Joe. You can tune in every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on hppundit.com and shrmedia.com.